Have you ever scrolled through social media and seen it? That breathtaking photo of a wolf dog. Piercing golden eyes, a thick, wild coat, and a powerful presence that looks like it stepped right out of a myth. They're shown as loyal companions, curled up on couches or hiking majestically beside their owners. And it's easy to dream of owning something so rare, so wild, so beautiful. But behind those perfect images lies a harsh truth most people are not prepared to face. Wolf dogs are not just fluffy huskies. They are not exotic pets you can simply add to your home. And getting one without deep knowledge and a lifelong, unwavering commitment almost always ends in heartbreak for both the human and the animal. One of the biggest misconceptions is that the wolf dog is a breed. It's not. Wolf dogs are hybrids, a genetic mix between a domestic dog and a true wolf. This means there is no standard for temperament, behavior, or predictability. Even within the same litter, one pup might act more like a dog, while its sibling becomes anxious, elusive, and completely untamable. People often ask for a perfect half and half, but genetics just don't work that way. You can't pick and choose which traits will dominate. It's a genetic lottery, a gamble between wild instincts and domestic behaviors, and unpredictability is the only thing you can count on. In many places, first-generation wolf dogs are illegal for this very reason. They are simply too unpredictable. When you see a picture of a chewed-up door or a shredded couch, it's easy to label the animal as bad or disobedient. But with wolf dogs, this destruction is almost always rooted in deep emotional distress, not defiance. Left alone, even for a short time, many experience extreme separation anxiety. This isn't just simple boredom, it's a state of pure panic. Owners come home to find walls chewed through, doors destroyed, furniture ripped to shreds, and fences broken. Wolf dogs will dig, climb, or chew their way out of almost any enclosure, desperate to find their person. They howl endlessly, pace relentlessly, and can even injure themselves in the process. This behavior comes from a broken heart and an instinctual fear of being isolated. It's not spite. Unless they have constant companionship, either human or another suitable canine, they suffer immensely. And let's talk about space. Wolf dogs crave space the way a fish needs water. They are biologically wired to roam, explore, and patrol vast territories. Small yard. A typical suburban fence or an apartment isn't just unsuitable, it's cruel. Even large backyards often fail unless they are heavily reinforced with dig guards, lean-ins to prevent climbing, and fencing that's at least 8 feet tall. Containment is a constant, exhausting battle. These animals can climb chain-link fences, dig under concrete barriers, and chew through wood with ease. Their minds are always looking toward the horizon, seeking freedom. If you're looking for a dog that will be happy lounging at your feet in the living room, a wolf dog will never, ever be that animal. Training a wolf dog is a world away from training a golden retriever. And like most domestic dogs, wolf dogs do not live to please humans. They are incredibly intelligent, but they are also fiercely independent and highly selective. You can't just command them to sit and expect them to obey. Training a wolf dog requires immense patience, trust, and a relationship built on mutual respect. Traditional obedience methods, harsh corrections, or any kind of dominance-based training will backfire, often permanently damaging your bond. Wolf dogs have long memories, and they do not forget mistreatment. Once their trust is broken, you may never get it back. You can't bribe them with a handful of treats or sweet-talk them into doing something. They decide for themselves if a task is worth their time and effort. This makes them incredibly challenging, even for the most experienced dog trainers. Then there's the prey drive. A wolf dog's instinct to hunt is powerful and deeply ingrained. Small animals, including cats, rabbits, chickens, and even small dogs, are at serious risk. This is not something that can be trained away. It is a fundamental part of who they are, and it must be managed constantly for their entire life. Hormones add another layer of complexity. As they reach adolescence, neutered wolf dogs can develop intense same-sex aggression. Those adorable photos you see of two wolf dogs cuddling often don't last once maturity hits. These animals are not social butterflies. They are selective, territorial, and driven by instincts that are thousands of years old. Wolf dogs also go through intense and recurring fear periods as they develop. If they are not consistently and properly socialized from the moment they are puppies all the way through adulthood, they can regress dramatically. Things that were once familiar, new people, strange sounds, even just putting on a leash can suddenly become terrifying. This fear can lead to avoidance, crippling anxiety, defensive aggression, and lifelong behavioral damage. With a wolf dog, socialization is not just a puppy phase, it's a permanent, ongoing responsibility. If you stop for even a few months, you might find yourself right back at square one, trying to rebuild trust with a terrified animal. Food guarding is another instinct that often shocks new owners. In wolf dogs, it's not a training failure, it's a survival instinct. They might snatch food, hover over their bowl, and challenge anyone who comes near. Trying to take food away by force or proving your dominance is a dangerous game that can result in a serious bite. This behavior is managed, not cured. It requires structured feeding routines, clear boundaries, and a deep respect for their ancient instincts. You have to work around their nature, not against it. So what happens when it all becomes too much? The tragic reality is that most wolf dogs do not stay in their original homes. When owners finally realize they cannot cope with the destruction, the anxiety, the escape attempts, and the challenging behavior, the animals are surrendered. But there are very few places for them to go. Sanctuaries are overwhelmed, underfunded, and almost always full. Many of these beautiful animals end up spending the rest of their lives behind a fence, not because they are vicious, but because they were profoundly misunderstood. And when a wolf dog loses its person, its pack, it doesn't just adjust to a new home. Many shut down emotionally, becoming withdrawn, anxious, and unreachable. This trauma makes rehoming them nearly impossible. Wolf dogs are breathtaking, powerful, and mysterious creatures. But they are not pets for the average person, or even the experienced dog owner. Owning one simply because it looks beautiful is a choice that almost always ends in suffering. If you truly love wolves, don't try to possess a piece of them. Instead, support the sanctuaries that care for the ones who were abandoned. Advocate for the protection of wolves in their natural habitats. Educate others about the realities of these complex hybrids. Some spirits are simply not meant to be domesticated, they are meant to be respected from a distance. Because some hearts were never meant for a leash. Thanks for watching. And please consider sharing this to help spread awareness.